Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. We appreciate everybody that's been rocking with us tonight as we are going through this long, dope show. You know, we got a lot to go through as far as our rants and our closings. Y'all can hear the music. I'm closing it out. America's Most Wanted. That's a little bit of Ice Cube that's going, because that's the mood that I'm in, y'all. But before I get into me being just grouchy and grumpy because the world is messed up, I'm going to give everybody that's in the room that wants to an opportunity to rock the mic and do their rant and their closing. And I'm going to start with my brother Lucia. My brother Lucia, you got the mic. You've been here before. You know how rants and closings go. Lead us off, brother. You the lead off hitter tonight.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm Lucia, and I just appreciate you, Marcus, for doing what you're doing, Shayna for having me on, Ashley for joining all of us, and just the Dating Pool Diva over here as well for giving us some great questions and things to think about in regards to the dating scene. Yeah, you can find me if you want to get a reading or any type of healing work. I do energy healing work as well. And you can find me on www.light, L-I-G-H-T of Lucia, Lucia.com. Once again, that's lightoflucia.com. You can either do private reading or healing work, and I also teach classes on psychic development, so feel free to reach out.
Hi, everybody. You guys know me. I'm Ashley. Been on Legacy Internet Radio for a minute now. I do want to second everything that Lucia said by giving thanks to everybody for allowing me to share their space here on the show. Definitely, Shayna, thank you for, letting me come on when I want to. And, this was Lucia's time, but he shared it with me. Also, I also want to thank the diva over here because you had some amazing questions that are honestly, when it comes to relationships, they're very thought-provoking, so I'm glad that you asked, I also do readings. My readings are with my angels, so with my spirit guides. I am now doing them for the public, so if you are interested in receiving a reading, you just email me, ashleyjefferson@gmail.com. Again, that's ashleyjefferson@gmail.com, and I can help you out with the readings. And I'm talking to angels, so we can pray, we can help get you what it is that you need, so, or longing for, the answer, and the healing, yes.
I really don't have a rant. I'm just very thankful to be in this space, to be able to do what it is I'm supposed to do here on earth. It's weird. Yes, I talk to dead people. I love it. It is a part of my life, and I live it every day. Thank you, Lucia and Ashley, for sharing this energy field with me and while we read. Thank you to everyone who called in to get some healing, and to everyone who wanted to call in. We will be back in October, and we'll be doing what we do best. We'll be reading. And Dating Pool Diva, I love you. You always bring some realization to the dating. It always comes exactly when I start dating. So thank you.
I want to thank you guys for the props. I appreciate that. I don't have a lot to say. You guys know I'm an author. Just check me out on Facebook, Author Charisma, Charisma. I am a lover of music, especially independent music. And so in the last month or so, I've been promoting my fan page and my blog on, independent music, on artists and bands that are in the area, and some of them that are not. So, yeah, Lucia, you're doing something, we can connect. On my Facebook page, The Underground Sound, I always highlight an artist or a band. I try to promote them as much as I can, showing their videos, how to get their music, how to buy it, how to go to their concerts, whatever they got going on. I also have a blog where I write my feelings and thoughts, kind of like an article on different concerts and events that I've attended. So check that out. That's the Underground Entertainment blog on blogspot.com. And that's basically it for me today. Thank you, Marcus, for having me as usual, and thank you guys for all of your intuitive knowledge. I've learned a lot tonight. We want to, continue connecting with one another.
Ain't no ass
Right.
stepping. Ain't no ass stepping with Marcus J. Live from the Den. Legacy and Radio. We thanking everybody who's been here and rocking with us tonight. We have a dope ass show. It was so many people. I mean, I'm looking at my list of names of people who have checked in, and it's just too many for me to even call out your names. I called your names out throughout the show, so please accept my apologies. I won't be able to call you out here now at the end of the show. But before I get into my rant and my closing, as well as the history moment of the show, that's the new thing that we're doing. Every single show we're talking a little bit about history. Before I do that, I need to shout everybody out. The first person I'm going to shout out tonight, someone who has not had an opportunity to grab the mic, and he won't, but that's cool. My brother Solo from the All Throttle Radio show. He's a part of New Breed Riders. This dude is about as all in with Legacy and Radio as it gets. So I appreciate you. I appreciate your dedication to the brand that we're building. And you come here and rock with us when you may or may not be able to grab the mic, but you see the vision that goes on in this room. I know you do, and I appreciate you. So thank you, brother. My brother Lucia, man, there's not enough words for me to get this man the love that he deserves. This dude is dope. Like for real, this dude is dope. And I think everybody should know that he's dope because he's wise, way beyond his years. He's humble in a way that is disarming, because a lot of us are used to cats to it not being so humble. But he's got this energy about him where he's smart as hell, but he don't bring his smart to the point where it gets on your nerves. Like, I rocks with you, man. I love you, man, and I appreciate you. Ashley, you don't even realize how dope you are. Like, seriously. Like, you got the kind of dope that just feeds off of you and your energy and whatnot, and things that you say and things that I know that you're going to do that you haven't done yet, conversations that we've had, you know what I mean, on and off the air. Like, you dope. Let me know where I can be so that I can watch your dopeness kind of develop, just so that I can grin and be like, yeah, I knew that joke was going to happen. Word. Of course, my sister, the clairvoyant medium, my sister Shayna, and every time I look across the table with her, she's got this calm about her. She's got this way where she disarms folks. They might come in, they might be rowdy, they might want to go crazy, but she'll say something really soft and very calm. And when she does it, the people that's around her, it's like, how can I go crazy when I got this calm sister that's dropping all of this wisdom on me? And so when you do it, I've seen you do it in public places. I've seen you do it in personal places. I've seen you do it in this room. And I know the great things that you're going to do going forward. When I see you post your pictures about yoga, I get so inspired, and I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of you.
You're gonna make me cry.
Well, go ahead and get to crying and do what you got to do. But I'm so proud of you because I know where you've been. I know where you're going to go. I look forward to the live show that we're going to do. We're not going to announce it yet.
I'm excited.
We ain't going to announce it yet. But we know. We just teased it. That's what they call a tease. That's what we call a tease. That's a tease, right? It's a tease? Tease?
Who wants to see a live show with live psychic mediums working?
We ain't going to tell you when, but it's a tease, right, Shane? It's a tease.
Definitely a tease.
It's a tease.
But who wants to see that?
If you want to see it,
y'all check in with us if y'all want to see us do this live.
Check in with us. And then, of course, my sister, the Dating Pool Diva, she sponsors our show. She sponsors our station, Free Spirit Enterprises. They do so many fabulous things from writing books to empowering people to do more than what they're doing, to empowering people towards group economics, towards empowering people to realize that there's far more to do than what you do. Even if you don't know what to do, you can come here to Free Spirit Enterprises and we will guide you. And so I appreciate you too. So thank you, thank you, thank you. This room is so dope. And then of course, I cannot close out my show without shouting out our sister. She's not here with us anymore tonight. She was with us for most of the show tonight. She's the first lady you've ever heard on Legacy Internet Radio. She's the first lady of Legacy Internet Radio, comedian Lissa P. She holds me down here at the station more than anybody else does. When we got to go out into the field and we got to do promotion, she's there. When we need somebody in social media to let folks know, not just Ain't No Hashtag on Marcus J, but Enliven Radio on Tuesdays, but the Urban Serengeti on Wednesdays, but All Throttle Radio on Thursdays, the Woke Squad on Fridays, the Bob Marley and the Family Reggae Mix on Saturdays. On Sundays, she sat in right here in this studio and guested on Twi After Dark. That's how dedicated she is to Legacy Internet Radio. So much, 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 much love to the First Lady of Legacy Internet Radio, comedian Lissa P. At this time of the show, I always make sure that I profile a missing and/or exploited child. Tonight is no different. We're looking for Montrell Gilmore. He's been missing from right here in the Cap City, Chesterfield, Virginia, since September 1st, 2016. He ain't been gone that long, y'all. So y'all keep y'all eyes open for Montrell Gilmore. He's a 16-year-old black male. He stands 5'2". He weighs 110 pounds. He's got black hair, brown eyes. Last seen on September 1st, 2016, wearing a red, blue, and white shirt, jeans, black tennis shoes, and black plastic glasses. He's got a dimple on his left cheek. If you've seen our brother Montrell Gilmore, please contact the National Center for Missing and/or Exploited Children on their website, missingkids.com. You can contact the Chesterfield Police Department at 804-748-1251 or contact them on missingkids.com or 1-800-THE-LOST, 1-800-843-5678. Once again, we do live production. We ain't going to tell y'all what just happened, but a couple of us in here just had a moment. We ain't going to talk about the moment we had, but we're going to just say that we just had a moment. Everybody who has been listening to the show for a long time, y'all know that I like to try to make sure that the show stays new, it stays fresh, it stays different. I give everybody an opportunity to do something different. One of those people who has an opportunity to do something different is yours truly, the host. And one of those things that I want to make sure that I do is a history moment. I always make sure that I do Black history, a moment in Black history, starting with the season premiere of Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J just 2 weeks ago here at the 1st of September. I have made a point of making sure that I give it to you in the show. I'm going to make it a part of my rant tonight. And so I'm going to have our brother, El-Haj Malik Shabazz. Some of us call him Malcolm X. He's going to start my rant. He's going to speak for about 2 minutes. I'm going to close it out. But what he's going to talk about is something that is very, very, very part of what we're dealing with right now in today's media, in today's world. Take a listen to Malcolm X.
The controlled press, the white press, inflames the white public against Negroes. The police are able to use it to paint the Negro community as a criminal element. The police are able to use the press to make the white public think that 90% or 99% of the Negroes in the Negro community are criminals. And once the white public is convinced that most of the Negro community is a criminal element, then this automatically paves the way for the police to move into the Negro community, exercising Gestapo tactics, stopping any black man who is on the sidewalk, whether he is guilty or whether he is innocent, whether he is well-dressed or whether he is poorly dressed, whether he is educated or whether he is dumb, whether he's a Christian or whether he's a Muslim. As long as he is black and a member of the Negro community, the white public thinks that the white policeman is justified in going in there and trampling on that man's civil rights and on that man's human rights. Once the police have convinced the white public that the so-called Negro community is a criminal element, they can go in and question, brutalize, murder unarmed, innocent Negroes, and the white public is gullible enough to back them up. This makes the Negro community a police state. This makes the Negro neighborhood a police state. It's the most heavily patrolled. It has more police in it than any other neighborhood, yet it has more crime in it than any other neighborhood. How can you have more cops and more crime? Why? It shows you that the cops must be in cahoots with the criminals.
Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. As I mentioned to you a minute ago, I wanted to add that little piece in that speech from El-Hajj Malik El-Shabazz. Most folks know him as Malcolm X, and Malcolm X talked about the media. He talked about police brutality, and I'm going to close out the show tonight talking about both of them. A lot of us have seen what's going on in the United States right now with police brutality and with people dying at the hands of the police. And it's very frustrating. It's very upsetting. And you have a lot of people who want to give you statistics when it comes to people dying. They want to give you statistics when it comes to people being killed in the streets by police. And they want to give you excuses when it comes to what happens, you know, when you see a police officer kill an unarmed civilian. And it's very frustrating. It's frustrating when you have a conversation with folks and they tell you, you know, if this person had just, then this wouldn't have happened. And, you know, I'm not going to stick a lot of time getting into this. You know, you heard our brother El-Hajj Malik El-Shabazz, Malcolm X, speak on it in that clip that I just played. And you know that Malcolm X died in February of 1965. That speech was given before then. So we're talking about 50 years ago when they were talking about this stuff. And here we are talking about it now. We still talking about it now. We're still having discussions about police killing people in the hood. Now, if you listen to me, you know that I have not at one point mentioned race at all. If you know me, then you know that I'm alluding to it, but I haven't mentioned it. The reason why I haven't mentioned it is because it does not matter the color of your skin when you are being killed by police and no one cares. Now, we know that disproportionately this happens to those of us who have a melanin hue. But as far as lives mattering, we know that everybody matters. It's just that at this point, in this place, at this time, it's black lives that matters. If my house was burning down and I called up 911 and I said, yo, I need y'all to come out here and I need y'all to put out the fire where my house is burning. And they said to me, all houses matter. I would lose my mind. You know why? Because my neighbor's house not burning down. The house across the street, it's not burning down. But guess what? My house is burning down. And it's important for me to deal with my house in that moment. It's very important. And so I want to add, you know, the whole history piece that I wanted to add to the show. That's why I played the clip, to let y'all know that this is not something new. People are looking at social media, and people are looking at dash cams, and people are looking at chest cams and all that kind of stuff, thinking that this is new. It's not new. This is history. This is something that's always gone on. This was going on in the 1960s and with civil rights. It was going on before that with Jim Crow. And it was going on before that with Reconstruction. And it was going on before that with the overseers. Until we all get to a point where we feel like these things affect everybody, and those who are unaffected, who have the privilege, who realize that those who do not have the privilege are being persecuted and it's a problem, then these things will not change. Now, black folk, and I'm going to speak on color for a minute, black folk, don't sit around and wait for white folk to change anything, okay? It's not for us to do that, because the reality is we got more black millionaires and we got more black people with power than we've ever had in the history of our time here in this country. Until we decide that we want to take care of each other and start worrying about what the default race in this country is going to do, we're never going to have any kind of strides. Everybody